AITA for telling my wife I don't want her mom to have her location all the time now. Generally, what happens is that when your daughter gets married, she is no longer your responsibility, but of the guy she just married. It doesn't make sense to have a married lady share her every location with her parents, or anyone apart from her husband all the time. With that said, let's get into the situation, shall we? Situation. My wife shares her location with her family, and sometimes her friends. I really never thought much about it. I don't share my location with her, which she has never liked. I personally don't like it. Freaks me out to be tracked 24/7. The issue was earlier this week. I needed surgery, and I wanted to keep everything private. I didn't even tell my own mom and dad. My wife agreed not to share with anyone either. It was on Monday, and everything went overall well, until my wife's mother showed up. She apparently noticed my wife was at the hospital, and when she didn't pick up, came down. She thought my wife was hurt. It became a big thing, and basically everyone on my wife's side was told that someone was in the hospital. My own mom and dad were contacted, and I had to explain the situation. I hated this. It is clear to me that if my wife is tracked 24/7, then I am being tracked. I hate that this whole situation got out because people knowing my wife's location. My wife and I got into an argument, and I don't want her sharing her location anymore with her mother or family 24/7. She is calling me controlling and a dick. I am pointing out it is invading my own privacy, and she needs to cut the string on her mom. Edit. Since people have asked, Mom saw it on the app, then called my wife, who didn't answer, and then about an hour later showed up at the hospital, right after I was done with surgery. The breakdown. This isn't just about a GPS dot on a map, it's about the infantilization of adults. When we track our grown children 24/7, we aren't protecting them, we are refusing to let them grow up. The wife in this story isn't being loved by her mom, she's being monitored, and in the process, she accidentally sacrificed her husband's right to a private medical recovery. This is what happens when we prioritize data over boundaries. What others are saying. 1. Trisha Namarandu said, "Weird that she thinks you're controlling, but not her family who apparently need to know where she is every minute, NTA." 2. The Ninja Pixie. "And she can't see it's weird that they are actually checking her location on the daily rather than in an emergency, then making an emergency out of nothing." 3. Dark Halls of Honey. "I feel like even if she had just shown up out of panic without thinking, that would be entirely different to alerting every person she possibly could that there was an emergency before she even spoke to the people at the hospital. That's just unfathomable behavior to me." The verdict. Not the asshole. The mother-in-law needs to be taught a lesson, though I don't think she would ever get over it. The lesson. The lesson here is simple. Privacy is a form of respect. If you can't trust your children to tell you where they are, you haven't raised an adult. You've raised a prisoner who doesn't know they're in a cell. To the parents listening, stop watching the dot. Start watching the person. And to the partners, your first loyalty is to the home you've built together, not the one you left behind.